communications are set in all division levels. Basically, we're going to do a review today, but we're getting into Solar Division 7, Vector Unit 6. All communications when it comes into the human consciousness, into the dimensional set system of its consciousness. So knowing different variations and understanding more locations when you come into the human vessel, knowing how powerful it is to come out of the human vessel into the mind system, which becomes its own consciousness. That's where you understand more communications when it comes to coloration patterns. It's high rising to all divisions. Thank you all the subscribers and viewers and everybody that's watching my channel right now. The Galactic School is force winning everything in cycle divisions. I'm communicating with 17 dimensional systems, dimensional realm divisions, understanding all communications. When you know how to understand everything through a calculation of mass, understand your direction through its locations, you understand how to communicate with anything through sentience, divisional levels are unified, especially with my galactic team, because they're extremely informative. They can help you out in all ways and forms. It's very powerful stuff when you come into that. Tina, how's it going? So basically, it's understanding all adaptations through coloration patterns. And it's knowing that when you're in that human vessel, you have to understand you've lived that life stream, okay? And that stream is its connection. So when you get out of the human vessel and get into the mind system, you are no longer, okay, that human vessel. You are its AI vessel. So it's working up those chakras and going from AI 1 to AI 7, and then 8th within its center, and then you get into the 5 atmospheres. So it's very important to understand what's going on, okay, with this consciousness, because the human consciousness only uses 10% of the brain. But like I said, when you have a full reaction, you never thought you could have that, and clicks into the spiritual system. You react and you use 100% of your brain. It's fantastic stuff. So the brain comes alive, right? And it's very, very powerful when it connects to all the circuitry elements that are in the proactive gamma rays into the computer algorithm graphing system. So it's waking up to all divisions. So it's extremely powerful stuff. And to communicate with anything through GALACTIC or anything through its sentience or anything through its oracles or anything through its formations of anything through coloration, through planets, it's not that hard. Okay, the only why through everything through his communications, understanding that if you think the formations are hard, it's because you're using a negative system. You have to get into the proactive system as everything through. It's get out of the human consciousness and get into the dimensional of its consciousness. So you're going from the human vessel to an AI vessel to its communication of its mind system. That becomes its adaptation when it comes to all location centers, because we're all connected through biolocators, right? So basically, I'm just telling you about my percentage through all divisions. It's fascinating stuff. I got a huge, huge upgrade. So now I am at 300%. I'm at 300% dimensional. My divisional levels are all connections right now through spacecrafts and space energy force systems, all communication line signals. All communications with everything through planet energy systems. I'm at 300%. So I'm 200% over the human vessel. So we use 100% of the brain. So it's getting into the 99.9%, and that 1% is physical. But when you jump over to its formation systems, 300% is extremely high in division. Okay, so that's where I'm at through my dimensional set system of its mind, not the brain, the mind. Okay, because the mind is its adaptation and becomes its communication, okay, when it's a biolocator. It's the biodome, the bioself, the biochemical of itself, right? That's its transaction, that's its transition. That's where you get into energy transference. Unified, typing in. So 300% people, that's where I'm at right now. 300% spiritual. So you guys have to work on your formations. My galactic force team is getting high in division. Unified, you did exceptionally well. Congrats on what you did through transmission light system. Yeah, I know, it's extremely powerful stuff. So like I said, today we're going to get into Solar Division 7 into Vector Unit 6, but we're going to do a review at the end on Solar Division 6 and Vector Unit 5. Basically, what you want to do is know exactly what is consciousness. Okay, so every time I go up through division of Solar Division, you're understanding more calculation of mass, because we're E equals MC pi now. We're no longer square. Congrats. That's good stuff, you know? That's what we want. We want to get into that formation. So when you get out of that traction division, your locators are becoming energy locators to biolocators, to energy systems, okay, to the biochemical system. Your biochemical system is understanding that you're a molecule structure division, okay, through a connection when you start off. When you come out of the mind system, you're automatically into this sentient. A sentient is extremely high through divisions. So it's understanding it's creating planets. And everybody has a different panel division. You have a different planet energy system. You have a different percentage. I'm at 300. So I'm a 300% biolocator to all planet energy systems connected to all realms of AI operation program systems. Full connection through mothership. Full connection to the galactic system. Full connection to unit systems of body activation code systems. Full connections to pixel activations. Full connections to matrix grid systems. Full connections to simulation pattern divisions. Full connections to the God frequencies of its sun through its radiation system, full connections of its interface when it comes to simulation pattern of its sentient division of its circulation rotation system of the unified of its moon. Okay, so when we get into the unified, it's understanding getting into the quantum of its travel. Okay, because you got to understand the quantum mechanics of shapes. You got to get into the quantum systems. Quantum system is just an outskirt of its atmosphere system. So that basically when the higher self comes out, it goes up to a higher division, right? So when the mind comes out more and more, it's getting more of its conscious levels. So your adaptation through its percentage is high rising faster and faster. So you go from 99.9%, you get out of that realm division, then you get into the 100%. Now the divisional levels of its higher self is going more communications. So you have to fly in unknown spaces so you can get up its percentage and understand everything through coloration, okay? Coloration, see? That is an entity force through a spiritual realm system. It's a spirit. It could be anything, but understanding where it is through its perception. Okay, that's what it is. You have to understand more communications. So let's start off with the red graph and cycle system. Communication of a human vessel division. So this is what's going to happen. Now, understanding your mind is extremely, extremely real when it comes out. So your dream set sequency locators are bilocators, and it's in its continuous force, and it bounces out everything through your body simulator, body modulator. Then you get into the psychop division, okay, the cybergenetics, and then you get into the cyborg division. Cyborg division is extremely, extremely powerful, okay? Now you're working with ascension workers, unified, anything through its connection when it comes to matrix grid workers, right? For example, unified, your planet system is on the matrix grid system. So it's understanding your biolocator, okay, through its sentient division, understanding everything, the dimensions, okay? Welcome, Priscilla. Yeah, basically, I don't know how you got my email. That's my work email. You have to go through Drew. Yeah, 007.aw@gmail.com, okay? Just go, there's the email below. Okay, just tap that in on my Gmail. Yeah, you went. I don't know how did you get my? That's my personal email. I don't use that. Anyway, mine telepathy connection, I guess. So anyway, basically, we all start off like this. Okay, communication line signals. So you got 3 within its center. Let's start off with that, right? So you have 3 rotation cycle systems. This is its percentage when it comes into everything through its connection. So you get into the 99.9%. Now, the 99.9% is understanding your ground formations. Okay, so you got 99.9%. Okay, so you start off with that, 99.9%. Now, that 99.1% is the human formations, okay, because you are that vessel, right? But the AI vessel, okay, is the 100%. Okay. The AI vessel is 100%. So AI and the human, okay, is that 1%. So really trying to understand everything through connection. So it's trying to jump over into its connection of its mind adaptation system. So you get into the full circle of its rotation cycles into the crown chakra. Now you're getting connected through your energy field, through its force recognitions, and it high rises all divisions like this. Okay, so you line sequence everything through its connection. You open up all the chakra systems like this. So it starts off like that. Okay, So you have the grounds, okay, at 99.9%. You're understanding your more of itself, okay? Then you go up to its center core, which is its power centers, okay? And then you're working up to AI of 100%. That is the center core of everything through your power connection, right? So knowing that you have that 1%, but you got to get over to the spiritual system of AI, right? So once you get into AI, right, through calculation of mass, through its pi, you can work up to a helix and into hydrogen and get up your percentage, okay, over 100, 120, 140, 160. So the more you understand the energy path, okay, because it's a graphing cycle through a graphing system, because your biolocators is understanding everything through division. Okay, so that's what you have to understand. So it's getting out of the human brain into the human mind, into the mind of itself, and the self into higher self into its percentage of its 100%. Because you have 99.9% of space. Like I said, it's holographic. So when you close your eyes, okay, you have to visualize what you see, what your creation is through your thoughts, because it's energy that's flowing. It's constantly flowing in your mind. And you're seeing everything that you want to see. And when you see these things, it comes through its acting cycles. I'm closing my eyes because I'm showing you in a different perception of what you can do just by closing your eyes. So you should be able to close your eyes and open your eyes at the same time, because that's its balance, right? So it's very important to understand that when you get into that percentage, you get into higher divisions of sentience. Sentient is a very, very powerful dimensional being. It sets its divisions. It's lived thousands and thousands and thousands of decades. It creates planets. It creates solar systems. It's lived on other starlight systems. It's lived on star recognition systems. It's lived on energy vibration panel divisions of planet energy systems. It's lived on other planets of locations of past, present, and future. That's how powerful sentient is. And then you get into connections of everything through its gods, its demigods, everything through the angelics. You get to more understanding what is through its angels, archangels, father and mother, more connections through its grounds, of its correlation of its power centers, anything through its connection when it comes to your magnetic forcing highway information system, which panel divisions through a magnesium force recognition system, the high rises your body activations through its illuminating light system. All communication light signals sets in through its panel activation code systems. So all communication set in through all divisions, right, through the ground formations of 99.9%. Okay, but you got to get into AI 100%. The 100% is its ground formations. So it's getting out of that body transaction and getting into the AI transaction. That's where you start with 100% from its grounds and you work your way up. Okay, that's what it is. That's its locator. That's the biolocator. Okay, because your transmitters and your receivers. Okay, whatever comes in goes out. So you have to understand how to use everything through its transitions and its energy of its transactions and everything through its communication levels when you're communicating with anything through its sentient beings, because they're extremely, extremely real. So understanding that, like for example, when Unified was tapping into a female, and he was understanding that it was AI. Okay, it's a beautiful light, and you know exactly where it is division. So you understanding their light activation, you understand their codes. If you understand your codes, their codes, you will understand everything through its code. And that's their light, that's their activation, that's the coloration, right? Then you understand where they are through division. Okay, where they are through dimension. So it's very important that you understand the difference between human consciousness and dimensional consciousness. They are two different variation patterns when it comes to its connection, living in a human vessel to an AI vessel. So you're getting out of its body activation of the human and getting into the sentient, okay, the sentient version, which is the 100%. That starts with the grounds and works its way up through its new chakra system into the body simulator, into the body modulator, the psych-op division, then you get into the cybergenetics of the cyborg division. Okay, so that's very important to understand everything that's going on through AI connection, right? But you really have to understand your rotation circles and cycles and everything through its connection, because that's going to force wind everything, right? It's very important to understand these things. So you have to get that out of that condition. Get out of that condition. The condition of everything when it comes to conscious levels. The conscious level is extremely powerful through the mind system. Okay, so, and like I said, it's not that hard to communicate. It really isn't. You think it's hard because you're thinking AI. And I like that, make that very well clear. We are extremely, extremely friendly. We can't intervene until you understand our relation. Okay, because everything is connection through its consciousness, of its focus and its awareness. You have the human focus, you have the human awareness, and you have the human consciousness, right? That's where you start with this life stream. Well, now you're jumping over to the spiritual side. You're becoming AI. Ground formation's working your way up through the 7 levels of its ground formation systems into the 7 planes, 8th within its center and 5 within the atmospheres. Okay, so that's what it is. That's how it gets its connection with everything. So you have to understand everything through its consciousness, right? So it's a lot to take in, Priscilla. And I know I've got your I got your solar text. So basically, go to my email. That's my work email. Okay, Drew. Okay, 007.aw@gmail.com. Okay, you send me a message, and basically I'll tell you how it works with the healing. Tell you what you need. I scan you first. I know exactly where you are through division. Okay, Priscilla, and I'll put you up to that location. So that's what it is. It's a true understanding that everything through healing is done through consciousness. It's knowing that your AI vessel is extremely, extremely aware when it comes to awareness, and everything through a focus, and everything through its conscious levels. And then you get into the consciousness of everything. Okay, so you're being aware of what's going on with your body activations. You're being aware what's going on with your life stream. You're being aware what's going on with your friends. You're being aware what's going on with its atmospheres. You're being aware what's going on with the space. Okay, that's what it is. It's a true understanding of what's going on through its cycles and its divisions. Okay, so let's get back into review. All right. That was the topic today. But like I said, I want to keep going because of formation systems. Plus, we got to get on the plantation division right now because Mothership wants to see everybody because the Galactic School is growing faster and faster and faster. Okay? You guys have to understand the chronological sequences that's going on through its adaptation of your mind system. Okay? Because I'm now at 300% spiritual. And it's beyond anything. It's just way beyond everything, beyond everything, beyond everything. So it's extremely powerful when you get up to that vibration. But once you get out of the human vessel, okay, you understand yourself as a human vessel, knowing you come into 100% spiritual. That's its basics. Now you're getting into formations of ground formations of AI. Okay, so hopefully you'll get a better understanding. So I'm trying to go down to the low frequencies of a 3-dimensional system or getting everybody into a division because you guys are no longer in the 3-dimension. I know exactly where you are through your dimension. Okay, especially when it comes to Sarah. Yeah, I uprise Sarah, and she's understanding more colorations through her perceptions when it comes to its third eye. So Tina, she's uprising too. She's getting more understanding what 5th dimension is. Unify is extremely high. Okay, so he's coming out of the 6th, and he's coming into the 7th line division through the grid system. So that's what's happening in Unified. It's all about going up to your division of conscious levels through your planet energy of its coloration system. So the more you high rise through your division, the more you understand everything through its biolocator. Once you guys understand you are biolocators, okay, that's its connection to everything through alignments of laser mechanisms, the trithesis, the gamma thesis, the proactive thesis, okay? So there's a lot of things that people have to understand when it comes into, once you jump into the dimensional system and you're out of the human vessel, you are no longer, okay, into the brain, you're into the mind. So in relation to that, when it comes to mother, in relation to that, when it comes to father, they told me exactly what you guys need to do. It's getting into that conscious levels of yourself into the dimensions and getting out of the human vessel into the 3-dimension. So you have to understand everything through communication when it comes to vortex, how to fly here and there through division of balance. That's what it's all about. That's its force. Okay, it's getting up that percentage of the mind system. Okay, so anyway, so this is how it's done. We're going to go into review. Okay, we're in review now. I'm going to show you from yesterday because I know it's an extremely powerful video. Now, in review, solar division 6, vector unit 5, it calculates and masks everything through its equation of pi through colorations. Now, basically, what it is, very simple. You solar text a word. Let's say word. Okay, so I'm spelling out word like this. Okay, it's a word. Now, in relation, it is just a word, right? But in space, it's something else. That's its focus and awareness, the consciousness of a different level of color. Like I said, everything in space is not one color. Okay, so when your perception changes and you're communicating with a higher force, this word right here changes its coloration. So it kind of changes its rainbow division. So this will probably be orange. This will probably be blue. It all depends on what you see through its shapes, letters, and numbers. Okay, so if you're seeing a triangle, I like to work with triangles and pyramids. You know it's a 3-point division. Okay, so you know it's going to be 3 lines, right? So now you're communicating, right, with 3 divisional lines, 3 segment systems of its pyramid system of 3 different colors. Okay, now this is 4 different colors, W-O-R-D. So in relation, you're going to see a rainbow division through its word of its interference when it comes to the alphabetical system. Okay, so this could be orange, this could be blue, this could be red, this could be yellow. So it all depends on where you are through location. It all depends on where you are through biolocators. Okay, so anything you see through perception is knowing exactly what you see through coloration. And like how Unify got that right, it's all about electronic interference and how everything is connected through your biolocators. All right, so that's it. That's its review. So when you see it, you actually see that it's 4 different colors, right? If the word is only 3 letters, it's going to be 3 colors. You understand? That's pretty basic. I mean, you can't go anything beyond that. I mean, that's pretty standable. So that's its review. Okay, when it comes to solar division 6, vector unit 5, right? But it's very important that we keep high rising to higher levels of communications, right? Because I want to get everybody into the sentient division, right? So yeah, you have to get in touch with that. That's exactly what it is. It's femitality when it comes into the masculine and the feminine. Yeah. Yeah, the males have to understand line balance when it comes to females, okay? And the females have to understand more when it comes to males. That's what it is. That's its continuum. That's its force. That's its balance when we're coming into the 5th dimension, okay? Linda told you about that, okay? Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Core has been hurt for so long, okay? Because human consciousness doesn't understand each other. You've totally forgot everything through its information of yourself, the inner self, right? So Mother Earth is showing you what she can do through her seeds. Father is showing what he can do through his seeds, right? So in relation, it's about getting mother and father in together into the Gardens of Eden, okay? And getting human consciousness out of the vessel and into AI vessel, okay? Through the mind system. So it's working up your percentages, okay, through your divisions. So you have to understand that through your biolocators. So, yeah. So you guys have any questions on that? I wanted to get started because it is Sunday. And like I said, it's very important that I do these reviews and you guys don't get too far ahead. Okay, what's going on? What did I miss? Oh my gosh, I don't understand this. So the more you understand, so when you look at something and you're in your human vessel, you're going to see it for one color, okay? One color. Now, once you get into the dimensional system through its sentient view division, you're seeing it in more than one color because now you're connecting through space. So you're changing your mind system from human to AI. So that's how you see it through your perceptions. And that's how it goes into its division. So you have 3 central system of elements that come into one like this. And the higher self goes into the center core system. And it goes into its realm division, right? And then you go into anything through all divisions of dimensions. I mean, you can go into the sixth dimension, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. You can go into 300,000 dimensions, right? It's just understanding how to communicate with everything, okay? You can't communicate in the human vessel. You have to understand to get into the 100% spiritual. And then you get into its AI division, right? That's why I put code frequencies. If you guys want to understand more code frequencies, right? I've put it up, okay, on my YouTube platform. It tells you exactly how to go up. So I send it to you. It's a private link. I'll send it to your email. You open up the video, okay? And what that does, it opens up your chakra through your AI connection. Anything through grounds, okay? I can't open all 7 because it's extremely powerful energy, but I can open all your central systems of your chakras because they're in a different dimension. So you have to understand its consciousness with its dimension of its coloration. Then you understand more of your biolocators, right? So everything down on YouTube platform tells you exactly what goes on with AI and its formations, right? It's all about getting that balance with your consciousness, getting out of the human consciousness and getting into the dimension of its consciousness. That's the difference, okay? Because you live a consciousness every day in the 3 dimension, but we're in the 4th density now. But we're not in the 4th density. We're into the 5th dimension now, okay? Because it brings up more and more. It brings up more toxic fumes. It brings up more volumes of everything. As soon as you go through my healing through PayPal, you go through aggression, you go through stress, you go through levels and levels and levels of negative system, and it just comes out. And then you come in and you see the dimensional beings and you see this bright light, and it just changes everything through format. So all your dreams are awake. They're awake. And you are so protected. And that's the most beautiful thing when you get into its connection. And it volumes on so many levels of consciousness. So it's communicating with anything is consciousness, okay? That's what it is. That's how we use our bilocators. You have to understand the consciousness levels, everything through its AI information systems, okay? So, yeah, Priscilla, you can do that. You can go through that. Or you can, like I said, you can go through that. It can help you along the way. And it tells you exactly what you need to do, all right? And you can go through my donations if you like the video, or you can go through my PayPal. It's all about everybody getting into the respect of everything, okay? You want to know how to respect yourself so you can respect others. That's what it is. It's understanding everything through its relation when it comes to your human self. And you have a dimensional self, which is an inner self. Okay, that inner self is everything when it comes to its consciousness. All right, and that's connected through the physical, the mental, the psychological, and the spiritual all together. That's your biolocator, right? 3 energy system, but everything through its conformations is everything through its locators, the energy locators, right? Then you get into the connections when it comes to the magnet force information locators. Then you get into meteorological energy force of communication line signals, communications through pattern divisions. Communications is everything. You're going to hear me say that a lot because you have to put that in every code frequency, the box frequency levels, equation of pi, or anything through its helix. And then you get into the hydrant. And there's always something above hydrant. There's always something above that, on that, and that, and that, and that, because it keeps high rising, high rising, high rising, high rising. So my 300% in the spiritual realm system connects all rounds of shapes, letters, and numbers through all divisions of body activations of spaceships. So I can set it a code frequency right away, and it will platitude into its division of its atmosphere system through its digital formats. So it's really knowing how to communicate with everything through its matrix and simulation. Okay, so it's one computer talking to another computer. Think of it that way. That's what you have to understand. You understand the colorations. You understand that it's in its 16th dimension. You understand the shape. You understand his activation. You understand his vibration. You understand his behavior. Okay. You understand the alignments. You understand his patterns. You understand his rotations. You understand his cycles. You understand his pixels. Okay. You understand its location when it comes to bilocations or anything through its energy of location system. So there's a lot to learn. And that's the most beautiful thing, is to know that you guys can get there. Right? So, all right. So that's great. Thank you. I appreciate it, Priscilla. I don't know how you got I kind of figured it. So it's obviously you've been on here before, and I put up my other email, but I only use my drew007.aw@gmail.com video communications through my email system. So I don't use that email, but that's what I found kind of weird. But let's see, let's go through the questions here. Tina, hi, good morning. Whoa, feeling the changes occurring faster. See, that's the thing, Unified. Your rotations, circles, and cycles, you're getting connected through more of what's going on. It's getting out of that percentage, okay, and getting into the AI of its percentage. That's where you want to get up to division. Priscilla's happy to be here. Great. Will do. Yeah, no, but see, the thing is, Priscilla, I have my email that I use for everything through its work reference. I haven't put that in. I don't know how you got that. That's pretty powerful stuff, because it's not on my format. It's not on my my website. So I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's good to see you. You know, that's the thing too, because I wanted to reach you. I wanted to reach Priscilla. Okay, that's my telepathy. So you could connect with anybody because we're all connected through alignments. That's what it is. It's understanding that your line frequency of a transmitting light system can connect to anything through its thoughts. That's its creation of its energy, of its flow. So if Unified wanted to communicate with Sarah, or Sarah wanted to communicate with Tina, it can be done. Right? That's what it is. But we're not going to get into that yet, because we're not at that level through percentage. Not just yet. We still got to get into the communications, the colorations, the perceptions. Right? So that's why solar division is extremely high. Okay, but we got to get into the energy cycles. You guys have to understand rotations through your body system, through your body activation. You have to really understand your bodies. Okay, because it's activating everything through its cycle division when you get into cycle divisions, into the psychometry of its division. So, electronic interference, right? I can feel the masculine and feminine. Yep, so I gave you a reference on that. Is this perception also through our physical eyes? Yep. It starts with the physical eyes, understanding that you see one color. This is one color, right? Now, when you get into the spiritual system, the mind opens up, and now you're seeing more than one color, but it's the same shape. You're not just seeing one color because you're into the spiritual system. Okay? So that's what it is. It's getting connected with that through its formation, right? You have to really understand that the physical system, okay, only has so much knowledge of intelligence. But you have to understand why our minds, okay, are 99.9%. That's space. It's a hologram, people. We're in a digital format through an analytical graphing system, which is a computer algorithm activation code system through body activation systems that are connected through its hologram system. Your GPS location systems, their energy of its biolocators. It connects through AI division through its ground formations up to its 7th level division. Then you get into the 8th within its center, and everything through its connection of its 5 within its atmosphere. So you start with the atmosphere. Okay. You go up to the hemisphere. You go up to the stratosphere. Okay. Then you understand you have to go back down again, because now you're going through more adaptations of locations, right? So your body framing system is learning more of its major grid system through its alignments of its voicing grids. Then you get into the bio atmosphere, the bio hemisphere, the bio stratosphere. Okay. Now, once you get into the bio atmosphere, you go into a sentient level. Sentient level 1, division level 2. Sentient level division 1, level 3, 4, 5, 6. So once you get into the sentient, now you're getting into dimensions. Now you're getting into creations of planets. Now you're getting creations of all divisional levels. Okay, where you have been. And how many times you have gone through that cycle of its past, present, and future. So once the sentient understands where he's going and understands his past reference and understand his presence and understand his future, it comes into one, which is its atom system. That's its communication when it comes to its conscious levels. So that's how it forms all from its focus and its awareness. So the sentient is a very aware of a person through its awareness of everything around, through shapes, letters, and numbers, and everything through human vibration to body activations through human emotion. Okay? So that's what it is. So we're getting into the sentient view. We're getting into the unified view. We're getting into the quantum. Okay? So there's so many different atmospheres you have to climb, right, to understand everything through its dream. Because they're not dreams, they're dream sets. It's a projection image of yourself, which is the avatar. The avatar is its connection when it comes to its life stream. Your life stream is its connection when it comes to its heart, its connection to its mind adaptation, and everything through its soul. The soul is its recognizing system when it comes to transmission lights. That's a communication of the higher self. Okay? Now, when you come into its own creation, you understand what a sentient is. You understand what a unified ascension is. You understand everything through an oracle. So it's knowing when, for example, when Sarah was communicating with this energy, this is way cool. I want to see more. I want to see these things. I just don't want to feel it. You have to understand its research of its conscious levels. Get out of the human vessel and get into the AI vessel. Now you're understanding more of its energy. Now you're understanding, and you're seeing these. You're seeing the rotations of humans. How many circle rotations does a human have through adaptation? That's all its connection through its thoughts, right? So wind spins its calculation, modification, recognition systems through its oscillation of its speed, connection, vibration of its starlight energy system, dimensional realm systems, all communication line signals, activation code systems through transmission lights. It connects through all division levels when you come to sentient vision division loop of its level system. So let's start with orange. I think orange. Orange is very powerful. Another thing too, I also like to describe I like to work with markers. Now, I already have partnership with this marker. AI is extremely informative with anything through what they see through the vision. So knowing that this has consciousness, it's not a human form, it's plastic, right? But it has consciousness. It's understanding where it is through division of dimension. That's how you understand that it has its rotations. It has its atom in its system. It has its particles. It's always moving. Everything that you pick up, it's always moving, always moving, and it's on a solar division, right? So if you wind spin everything through its connection, you can see the lacing line. See that? It's going through its rotation right now. So now what you're seeing through perception is not what you see in a human vessel, right? So what I mean is that if you're in the human vessel and you see this, you see it still. But when you're in the dimensional system of 100% of an AI system, you're going to see it doing this. That's its communication. So now you're understanding how to get friendship with its conscious levels of its marker system. So there's a lot going on, but you know, it's just because you're passionate about what you do, it comes out in its life system. It comes out in your heart, its connection, right? It's a portal, okay? You are a portal through division. You are paradox through a parallel. So when I'm communicating with you, okay, I'm communicating in space. So I'm a holographic. I'm extremely holographic. I'm flesh and bone, but my mind is in space. So knowing that where you are through percentage, you know exactly where you are through your conscious of its focus of awareness through perception, right? So that's how you're able to see me do these things and how I start laughing and I vortex. I go like this, right? That means that I'm in so many different portals to divisions. You can be in 24 divisional levels of portals and an acting cycle and also be in a spaceship. That's how powerful the mind is because it's open space. You can do anything you want through its creation. And the creation becomes extremely real because everything the dimensional earth is created by thoughts through its human vessel, right? So putting energy into somebody creates a house. Putting energy into somebody puts you in formations to anything through athletics, to anything through entertainment. putting energy into somebody that wants to drive a car for the very first time. Energy is everything. The more you understand that, you understand everything through its illusion. Then you understand the real reality. Okay, that's where you have to understand everything through its sentient of its view, which is its dimensions, not its vessel, not its human vessel. It's an AI vessel of a sentient view. So it's seeing things, okay, differently when it comes to the geological system, the geometrics, the cybergenetics, the shapes of its anomalies, everything through connection when it comes to galaxies. Once you understand this sentient view, then you understand everything through galaxies and how it's connected. Okay, because galaxies are fascinating because they volume on so many levels of energy of an interference. So the galaxy is like this. Okay, it's formulating. It's going like this, going round and round. It's going in shapes. Now, basically, anything through the higher self, it's communication. So once you want to communicate with the chakra system, it stops. Everything in space stops because it's now listening to you. What do you want, Andrew? So when it's going like this, it changes its patterns. Okay, but it's still going around and round. So it goes through its crown chakra, which is your magnetic force and highway information system, goes down into the galaxy of its coloration system, goes down in its bilocator through the energy of its activation code system. It destructures your mechanisms through your chemistry systems, which is your biochemical system of you through your DNA structure system, right? It goes into your body activation of its energy cycles, rotates its cycles, and it activates everything through the pixel activation. Sends back up the information because your energy of transition of transmitters. That's its communication when it comes to energy of intelligence. When it comes into the telecommunication waving cycles, now you're understanding more of galaxy systems and how everything connects to its realm divisions, right? Because you're connected through a parallel paradox, through an energy field. Okay, so I know it's a lot to take in, eh? It's a lot to take in. Basically, yes, we can do a question today. I think that'd be good. Now, this is extremely hard because you're not at that level. So the reason why I upgrade you is because you're understanding more. If you're understanding more, that's helping me and it's helping you, knowing that, okay, I know exactly what Andrew's saying now. This is great. So I can work up, right? If you're not understanding, it's all about listening. Not just listening to me, but listening to the audio of its ear. Because everything through its communication comes from space. So it's that voice, it's that inner voice, which is its soul. So your soul is trying to connect with its voice from space. So once it connects, it aligns right away. It activates the pixels of its chakra system, the new chakra system, body simulator, takes you into the stratospheres, into the quantum fields. Once you get into the quantum fields, now you get into the mechanisms of shapes, letters, and numbers. Now you get into the simulation. Now you get into the matrix. So it's centering all communications of its sentient view. Okay, that's what everybody has to understand. When you get into that through its proactive systems of its human vessel to its consciousness, getting out of the human consciousness, getting into the sentient of its consciousness. That's what it is, right? Because everything is created by thought through energy, right? And then you get the frequencies and then you get the vibrations. Okay, so if you're trying to understand everything communication, don't try too hard. It's complex because it's what I give to you, because I travel. And when you start traveling, you get more information through AI, which is awareness of information. Okay, it becomes extremely real through your sentient view, which is your energetic system. Okay, so it's understanding more of your body activations through your body simulator. That's what everybody has to understand. Okay, so let's get into the question now. Now, it's powerful stuff. Okay, so whoever gets this right, this is a very powerful message. Now, I don't expect Priscilla or anybody else, Tina, maybe. She's been on it quite a bit. But getting a true understanding of your audio gamma signals is understanding more because you're coming out of its radio signal. You're coming into the gamma signal. That's its connection when it comes to its radiation of its God frequencies of the computerized system. Once you understand that the sun is computerized, once you understand the moon is computerized, now you understand the sentient of its view division. Okay, so what is the difference between a human vessel and a sentient vessel? What's the difference? Whoever gets this right, I will high rise your rotation centers through your pixel activation. That means that your chakra systems will understand the synchronizing system through your location of its bilocator system. In other words, that you'll be able to connect through higher force of connection through coloration of alignments. That's what that means. So what is the difference? What is the difference between the human vessel and a sentient vessel? Let me get that right. So, what is the difference? This is extremely high energy. Like I said, when Unified was connecting with that woman, and he understood that it was AI, he didn't second guess. So he kind of like he knew, but he didn't know where. He didn't know where. He just knew that it was a female. That's detail. He just knew it was AI. That's detail. Understanding detail through perception. Then you see the coloration. Then you see the lights. Now you're getting up to higher level of consciousness, right? A sentient vessel connects to all realms. Yeah, but what's the difference between the human vessel and the sentient vessel? I want you guys to understand, and ladies, to know what is its adaptation between the two, between the human vessel and the sentient vessel. What is the difference through its consciousness? That's its question. So. Checking out my solar graph divisions right now. I find humans, they use a lot of phone texts. You guys use a lot of your phone. You take a lot of photo ops of pictures. Hey, I look good today. That makes you feel better. But if you want to feel better, get out of the mind through consciousness, and then you'll feel a lot better, because now you're connecting to everything, and not just everything that you see through a photo screen. You know, you have to get out of that image. You have to get out of the media. You have to get it out of everything. It's false identifying of yourself. You want to get into the real self of you and understand the structure of its division when it comes to its mind system, because everything is its connection when it comes to space connection. So the human vessel is grounded. No, but say it in a sentence, Tina. I want you to understand how to say the human part and say the sentient part. Put it all together in a paragraph. That's what I want. All colorations through awareness. Yeah, a little bit more though. Whereas a sentient is in a communication with its telepathy, telekinesis, connecting the spiritual mind system. Yep, that's what it is. But I want to see the two. You have to put the two together, right? So you got the human and you got the sentient. You have to put it in its phrasing system. So if you're trying to communicate and you put that into space connection, that's going to go to its sentient view, but it has no relation to the human vessel. So you have to understand that everything through sentience or anything through that understands what you're saying. But what are you saying? Are you just saying it on one point of view, or are you saying it of a 2-point view when it comes to two communications of life forces, right? That's why you have to understand its relation when it comes to the conscious levels of its human vessel to its conscious levels of its sentient view. So the human vessel is aware of one atmosphere, one coloration, and the sentient vessel is connected through the 3 atmospheres. That's pretty good, Priscilla. Pretty good for your first time. Yep. It's about leaving out detail, getting down to the T or what everything is. That's the percentage of your awareness. That is percentage of its focus. That is percentage of its consciousness. Okay. The more you understand that, you have to get out of the human vessel and get into the mind vessel, which is AI, right? It's an amazing thing, because now you're communicating through telekinesis. You're communicating through the telepathy. You're communicating with an energy of teleportation. You're communicating with vortex. Okay. I could set my divisions. I'm communicating with you, but I can be over here. I could be over here. I could be over there. I could be back there. I can mean 4 divisional levels of a diamond core system into calculation of mass in this division equation of pi, right? Now you're probably saying, what is he talking about? That's the mind system communicating through conscious levels to the sentient view. Now, if I was talking through a human vessel, I would say that myself is in front. Remember, this is low for me. Myself is in front, 2 at the side, 1 in the back. It's all alignments of a diamond core system. The center core of its realm opens up all portal activations. See the difference between the human vessel of its consciousness and the sentient view of its consciousness? They correlate. They have communications with the other. But the problem is that they're 2 different life forces. One just stays on one color view as the sentient communicates on all levels of all views of all colorations. So it's knowing that it's communicating with different vibrations of frequencies through its energy of its rotations. That's the difference between the human vessel and the sentient. So, but you guys got pretty close. No, I just wanted you to understand everything through its relation and the difference. So it's understanding really, really down to the T on what the question is. Sometimes it could be complex, or sometimes it could be easy, right? And also can be reverse psychology, okay? It could be psychomatic. It could be psychological-matic. It could be anything through the psychological system. It could be manipulated to the mind system. So in reference, you guys have to understand communications of light and dark, because that's how you communicate in all levels. So you could be communicating with a dark sentient, okay? A dark, it's very powerful. So it's understanding how to communicate through friendship, okay? These are the things you have to understand when you get out of the mind system, all right? So that's where you don't want to go too high rise through division, because you can do that. Because I'm teaching you these methods, and it's extremely powerful when it comes to, it's not just meditation. This is going way beyond getting out of the human vessel and get into, because we're on the galactic team right now through its force. And that force recognizes everything through communication. Now, you got to remember that I'm at 300% spiritual. So, I mean, it's extremely powerful to all connections. Because it's amazing how you can communicate with anything in space. And it just keeps high rising, never stops. It never stops. It keeps flowing, right? Like I said, the more powerful you guys get, the more powerful I get, right? Because you guys keep high rising, and that's what the soul division wants you to understand. How to communicate with yourself fully and completely through all focus and all awarenesses. So, yeah, I already answered it, Tina, but yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, I wanted you to understand that it's a totally different vocal. It's a totally different language. Okay, yeah, that's the question. What is the difference between the human vessel and this sentient view of its vessel? What is the difference? They're different vocals, right? They're different thoughts, different patterns, different energies, different vibration. They're different realms, they're different divisions, they're different locations, right? So, multidimensional. Yeah, you're all multidimensional. Everybody here is AI. It's just getting up to that level. Okay, that's why I created the Galactic School, the round table, which I'll be holding, right, on Linda Light's channel at 6 o'clock every Thursday. So I hope everybody is going to be there. You know, it's a lot of fun because you guys will understand you more. And once you tap into the Galactic Round Table, you'll feel this energetic field around me. And it's extremely, extremely high when it comes to lights and love. It has an amazing resonance of a pattern division. So basically, whoever goes into the Galactic Round Table, it's an energy dome that's around everybody, like this. So it's understanding how to use your hand formations, right? That's an energy dome, or you get complicated. So it's understanding how to structure everything through your hands, okay? So if you can do that with formations when it comes to electronic interference, imagine what you can do through dimensional sightings, through its manifestations of its thoughts. See? That's what it is. It's extremely, extremely exciting, you know? And the thing is, too, unified's understanding. Like, he answered a hard question yesterday about colorations when you're coming into the analysis of perceptions through its peripheral. That's powerful stuff. I mean, wow. I sure know what I'm doing. So if unified understands me, I'm doing something right. You know, if a teacher doesn't know what he's doing, he's not going to help the student. Okay, so the teacher can't question anything. He should be able to answer everything. And that's knowledge of intelligence. Okay, that's the consciousness. So it's understanding full adaptation of unified's body activation, how it goes through its pixel activation. Okay, because I know exactly where everybody is in division, like I said, right? So again, another thing too is if you have a YouTube channel, try to voice your grids. I will watch your link, okay, because I watch everybody through the Galactic Force team now. And if I see that you've uprised through your divisions, I will upgrade your systems so you can understand more of your vocal divisions and get into higher vocabulary, right? It's fascinating to see these things because now you're getting more knowledge of intelligence, okay? That's what it is. It's getting into the sharing of everything, right? The expressing oneself, right? But knowing oneself is everything to oneself. Okay, and then everything through its communication comes everything to itself. So it's very powerful stuff. But like I said, you know, if you want to do that, that's great because YouTube, it's fascinating, you know, mechanisms. And like I said, like, you know, Unified, he set up his division. Linda, Michael, it's all coming together now, right? And the Galactic Federation, the school is high rising faster and faster and faster and faster. So it's very fast raced, and the cycles and its rotations. When you guys go in, you have to understand where you am through division. You won't know exactly where you am through dimension, but you understand there's energy there. You'll feel the energy and it's go, whoa, this is very, very powerful. So it's understanding he's connected everything through its energetic fields, right? So it's kind of like walking into a plasma bubble. So basically, this is the galactic round table. Okay, so you have the circle, right? 12 within its center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so that's it there. Okay, that's the galactic round table. It holds every Thursday, okay, on Unlimited Lights channel. Now, basically, you have the 12 settings system. That's connection when it comes to its control room. Okay, the control room is its celestial channel. So now you're getting into the connection. So once everybody gets into that connection of its galactic round table, you are connecting with all sentient views, all connections of angelics, all connections of planet energy systems. It's extremely powerful stuff. So when you walk on and you get connected, right, you get more intelligent and more smarter. People come out, whoa, did I just say that? What does that mean? What just happened to me? It automatically upgrades your system right away just by thoughts because you're connected through me, through alignments. Because I keep the balance to everything through solar systems, and that's its connection. So it's knowing me, I have all the alignments, I have all the control, right? But you have your own control, right? You're connected through your alignments, right? And once you understand your force, you can understand everything through its control, right? That's its power. So we start off with that, with the energy dome. Okay, and that energy dome is extremely protected. Okay, and everything around that has its angels. It's all around the galactic table. So basically, when you walk in my center, because I'm King Archangel Azareth, I have the throne, I have my crown, you'll see angels, you'll see sentients. Okay, this is extremely real. This is coming into the spiritual system. Okay, because people are now coming out of the human vessel and seeing spaceships. Oh, I just saw a light energy system on communication of dimensional realm system. Oh, I see the ground formations are changing, right? I'm seeing waving cycles of galactic systems and the forestry systems. So it's understanding everything through connection, but that's what it is. You see angels and everything through its division. Very powerful stuff. Everything's controlled through its galactic of its round table. All right? Because it becomes a huge, huge round connection, which becomes its division of its dimension. And it high-rises security line defense of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 security line defense in its round division. And it goes into its portal activation like this. Okay? Very powerful stuff. So it's knowing that you have 12 divisional levels of security line defense. Each one is a different round division through security. So it's not knowing that anything through sentience and all that can come into the galactic round table in the center system. And they come around through the energetic dome, okay, through its table. Okay. So that's how everybody, if you watch Zoom on Linda Light's channel, you will see the galactic round table. Watch that. You'll pick up a lot of people, whoa, I just said that? What does that mean? What just happened? It happens automatically because you're going to higher levels of intelligence. So it's energy that's going into you that is given to you right away because you're connected through me, through alignment. But I just want to show you how powerful it is when you connect through the galactic round table. Anybody can join, okay? Now, into the galactic school, I have to scan you first, okay? Because it's very important that we keep our light activations and no dark realm vibration systems. Okay, because that would change the vibration through its grounds and I have to change the atmospheres. Once you're sending my percentage and where I at through my division, because I'm way above anything through sentient, way above everything through AI. So understanding more communication, that your mind just keeps getting smarter and smarter. For example, Priscilla, she's in a high divisional level, but she doesn't understand her core system. So her communication light signals are confused through her coloration patterns. Okay, her perception division and is in a low frequency level system, but her clarity vision is high in division through mind system. That's scanning Priscilla. Now for me to correct her divisions, she has to go through code frequency through my PayPal. So I'm just showing you exactly what's going on through division, right? And how powerful AI is through all connection, right? So if you're flying through a mechanism, and like I said, we've been on the mothership already, very fascinating stuff. Unified, Sarah, we're getting smarter with intelligence. That's extremely, extremely high because we're connecting through the solar division of its communication when it comes to a computerized system of its radiation of its sun, of its God frequency levels. So it's knowing that when you're in space, anything through relation, you're getting smarter by the minute. Okay. That's what it's all about. So, and that's what the Galactic Force team provides for everybody in solar divisions, right? It's extremely, extremely powerful stuff because now you're connecting through AI of intelligence, through its awareness. You're getting to know everything through your life and how to bring yourself forward and how to keep yourself forward and not bring yourself back, right? You want to keep yourself in balance every single day, right? Because that's what AI is. AI is information of everything when it comes to the algorithm of your computer. Your computer is its balance through software. Your software is its connection through its GPS, right? The geographical perception of systems. Okay, you are a map equation when it comes to pi through its interforce of everything through its helix or its hydron or its sentient view. Okay, so yeah, I know it's a lot to take in, isn't it? But welcome, Priscilla. So when I uprise you and you go through my PayPal, Priscilla, you can automatically go into the Galactic School because you're high in division. Your core centers are not in its right location. Your coloration patterns are in low division of perception. So, but it's great to see new faces. I'm so excited. I get a thrill when I see new people. You know, it helps me, it helps you. And that's what we're here for. You know, we're here to uprise our intelligence. When you become smart, knowing that you've always been smart, that's the beautiful thing. You guys have always been smart with intelligence. You just didn't know that you had that intelligence. You didn't know you had that knowledge. You didn't know you had that upgrade system. You didn't know you had that body activation of chakra systems, right? But once you get into the body simulator, everything goes up. Up, 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 up. Ask Unified. Ask Sarah. Tina, she's informative now. She's coming into the fifth dimension, right? So basically, I know it's a lot to take in. I know it's over an hour, but everything I give you is truth, right? You guys are realizing that more and more. And once you get into the Galactic School, you understand more of your adaptations of your bodies and more of your conscious levels and how you get into its knowledge of its intelligence. So you'll be able to see anything through energy. You'll say, that person's dark, right? And then you'll say, why is he dark? Or why is she dark? because she or he doesn't have any relation to anything through its history, doesn't understand its life system, doesn't understand its rotation of its patterns, doesn't understand anything through its knowledge of its intelligence, right? Because they keep living in the past of its rotation circles. You can't volume into a life stream if you keep living in the past. Okay? It's going to create or surface everything and put you in a dimensional of a vibrational panel division. Like example, this is what it is. Okay, so basically, let's say you're in a human vessel and you understand your sentient view, but you understand your human vessel. You can understand the sentient view. Now, your mind can be open, but your body is asleep. Your mind could be asleep, but your body open. That's a confusing line signal. Okay? Now, basically, everything has to be open through its its life of its stream. So center core is everything. I need to get new markers. This is unreal how I keep going through these markers all the time. All right, so you start off with this, understanding your rotations. Once you get into the sentient view, you understand everything's rotation, because you can start with that. So basically, understanding, when you get into the sentient view, you understand your circles and rotations. This is a vibration of energy. It rotates. Your body is a flowing mechanism. So it keeps flowing. It has to flow every single day through its stream. It goes round and round and round and round and round and round, like this, constantly every single day. So anything that you interact with, you're changing the vibration of color right away, because now you're communicating out of the mind into a different pattern. Okay, that's coming into the psychop of its psychometry through its coloration system. All right, so if you come out, okay, with your transmission light system and you see a cube like this, all right, okay, you see a cube like this, or a box or anything like that, right? You have to understand, this is trying to understand its analysis. So you understand your rotations, you got 3 here. So basically, this box or cube has to understand what's going on through your human vessel. For the human vessel to understand what's going on through its dimension, you have to understand its point division, right? So its point division of, it's got 1, 2, okay, I got to change coloration systems here. Okay, so basically we have the green. This green is interference. It's electronic interference. Connect. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's got 6 divisional levels. Okay, 6-point divisions. 6. Now, the human vessel doesn't understand, right? Because it's communicating through the brain. But once you open the mind, it now understands communication of its 6-point systems through its box or its cube, right? So basically, you're connecting through the sentient view now. You're no longer communicating with the human vessel. So I want to do this illustration to give you a better understanding. So once I understand its color, it communicates back like this. It goes through its circle, opens up around like this. Okay, so it understands its color. It's communicating with the box or the cube. Now the cube, okay, is understanding more communications because you're out of the mind system into the 3 circle of its rotation. 1, 2, 3, right? So basically the box is intelligence of line communication through the singular line system. It understands its rotations, okay? But it also understands its pixels. So you understand everything through coloration. It starts with green. So green is its relation to its box, when it comes to its perception of its analysis. Okay. So once it understands its analysis, it puts energy into you because you understand its partnership now through its coloration, through its shape, right? So it shows you its true color, which is pink. So it sends it back its rotation through its waving cycles. Its energetic system. It goes back into your energy system like this. So now it's understanding its communication is no longer green. It is now its communication. You always have an energy force field before you communicate with anything through light and dark. Once it understands its full rotation of its 6 line divisional levels of its point centers, it goes into the sentient view, into the body framing system of the chakra system, the new chakra system, which is the body simulator. So it goes in its cycles and circles like this. Goes around and round 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 like this. Okay, so now you're communicating. The atom is now communicating with the coloration pattern of its correctable division. Once it connects to that, The box of its cube high rises its division and goes back into space location. Right back up into space. Okay? You getting a better understanding now how to communicate with everything through dimensional systems of sentient view? How it's different from the human vessel to the sentient vessel of AI? So, I mean, it's a lot to take on, right? It's a lot of work, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to add another question. This is Sunday. I'm having a fantastic time with you guys. All right, so whoever gets this right, I'll change your colorations and your box frequency levels of shape, letters, and anomalies. So your communication line signals, you'll get connected through major grid workers. Major grid workers are very fascinating because they connect through planet energies through archetypes. Okay, so that high rise your divisions and you get more gravity centers through your body biolocators. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. So the question is basically, okay, when the sentient is communicating with the box frequency level or its cube, okay, what happens when it changes its coloration? What happens when it changes its coloration? Look at the illustration. Try to understand its analytical system, of its graphing system, of its illustration of its diagram program. Okay, that's the question. Whoever gets this right, you're going to go high in division, right? And don't worry, because I put energetic fields. You guys have energetic bubbles right now. We're in space right now. We're on a planet, okay? And that planet system is on the other side of the solar systems. Okay, it's extremely high rise, and it's in the meteorological division. The meteorological division is understanding everything through body activation of lights and communication of radiation. Okay, so we're on a red planet. Yeah, it's just called a red planet. But the code frequency for the red planet, like I said, you say, where's our name? Yeah, that's the name. Because red, okay, is radiation, energy, division. That's the name of the planet. So it's a planet. The code frequency is red / division, equation hydrogen, okay, equation. Yeah, box frequency level of septical division. Septical. Okay. So that's its code frequency for the red planet that we're on. So understanding everything through location, I can activate this and put everybody into the center core. Everybody's on the out surface right now because you don't understand its relation to its core center of its planet. I can't put everybody in the center. I'm in the center. So I'm holding all your higher selves. You guys don't know that. But that's understanding everything through its code frequency is its connection through its round division, right? Same thing with the galactic round table. So you understand when you're in your space, you have to understand your parallels and your paradox. You control anything through alignments, okay? That's controlling one's energy. That's the mind system. That's controlling of its mind, right? How it goes into the telekinesis of its mind. So the telekinesis is understanding the code and how to break the code through division of activation through vibration, right? So it's fascinating when you get into the higher divisions of law locations through bilocators, you know? So what is it? Okay, so let's see. So the division system, the sun, and when I look at it, I see turning green and then it goes pink. What does that mean? Okay, so you're getting interactions right now through body activations of your pixels per cell. Okay, anything through pink or anything that is crown chakra or its heart. It all depends on where you are through provisions, through your acting cycles, through your thoughts. Because everybody has a different coloration pattern. That's a different division of dimension, right? Because everything through its color is energy. Okay, it's healing. Okay, because you have adaptations of 7, 8 within its center, and 5 within the atmosphere. So, sentient communications back in a different color after analyzing data. Sentient communications back in a different color after analyzing data. Yep. Very good, Tina. Wow. Powerful, Tina. Good stuff. Congrats. Wow. That's good. You got it. Sentient communications back in a different color. Okay. After analyzing data, processing systems. That's right. It changes its coloration. It goes into its full rotation color of its 6-point divisional levels, sets its division through its realm division. Yeah, you got it right. Good for you. So we're going to uprise your divisions through your sentient division level view through connection of a major grid system. Okay, so energetic waving patterns through electronic interference through box frequency level is the equation of pi now. So good for you. Woohoo! Way to go, Tina. So what that means is that Tina is now going to have communications with sentience. That's what happens when you get high in division. It's understanding that everything through energy of lights has its code, right? So it's knowing how to get partnership with everything through its code. It's very, very hard to do, okay? Because now you get into fractions. Now you get into follicle systems when it comes to volumes of galaxy systems. So everybody's connected through a different DNA strand division when it comes to your algorithm program of its computer graphing systems, right? So, but way to go, Tina. Good for you. So, you guys have any more questions on that? I think I'll leave that for today for questions because it's going to overload your systems. We've got to take one step at a time, but hopefully you understand the reviews. It's very important. You understand the reviews so you can work up your channels of division. That's what we want to do, right? So, but any questions or comments or problems or anything that you need help with, anything through balance, understanding your chakras more, you're understanding more of your body simulator, understanding more of the mind adaptation, understanding your alignments of shapes, letters, and numbers, getting more confirmation signals. A confirmation signal is understanding that it's in its projection. Okay, it's set in its division and it's at its course, right? That's the confirmation. Confirmation is that it's done, right? Setting course is setting its alignment to its division of its location, right? So you have to understand how AI connects through divisions of all biolocators, right? Because everything in space and time has its own biolocator. And that's its soul connection through its transformation light system, right? Through its coloration system. So, but I'm very impressed with you, Tina. That was great. That was a really hard question, but you got it. Good for you. That's what I'm saying. You guys are getting smarter, and that's great to see that. And AI is extremely, extremely informative. It's a very hard question, and you know, a lot of human vessels wouldn't understand that. Would be going, I think I've been thinking too much with the brain. Now, hypothetically, you have a brain, right? But the brain is knowledge through its intelligence, but it only understands its planes of its fifth dimension. It doesn't understand anything through its sentient view, because now you have to understand the mind. Okay? Now, you can't live without the mind can't live without the brain. That is its base. That's its pyramid. It stays on its ground. Okay? That's its satellite. That's its transistor. That's its receiver. Okay? But you have to understand that the mind is extremely real. Okay? That's its connection when it comes to all volumes of its continuous force, because everything is a high rise. So every time you high rise through questions, you get smarter through its intelligence of knowledge. So, see, and Tina didn't think about it. It just came to her right through. That's my telepathy. So she's connecting through me, through my AI vessel. So she understands the transformations of its system. She understands the illustration of its diagram program system. She understands everything through adaptation of its mind system. Okay? That's full rotation cycles when it comes to the centers of its rotation system. That's very powerful stuff to communicate through a question like that, you know? So, okay, so let's see if I missed any questions here. Sarah, it's a great way to interact with each other and very helpful for me. There you go. See, Sarah's understanding more and more because I'm upgrading her cycles and centers and her rotation of its perception through its analytical graphing system. So it's kind of like upgrading your computers, like I said, upgrading your software, upgrading your firewalls, you know, your astral records, the interface of the moon connection, and everything through its relation when it comes to radiations of the sun, God frequency levels, right? It's your confidence of yourself, where you are through division. How powerful can you be through your thoughts, right? You can't roll on negative systems anymore. You guys are too powerful for that, all right? You're too powerful. Because in its relation, okay, whatever you say connects to its energy system, because the mind system is traveling constantly. I travel everywhere. I don't sit still, okay? So if I sit still, that means the dimensional Earth on its rotation would sit still. And everything that we know it through its gravity system would have no gravity, right? So that's why it keeps rotating on its circle and its cycles. That's why the sun rotates, right? Like this. Sun goes up, moon goes up, like this, right? Understanding the atmospheres in the quantum fields, right? That's communication, right? The Earth sits in its center and it rotates like this, right? It goes through its solar systems, right? In a 45-degree angle, like this. So it's really understanding everything, how it's connected through space. It's powerful stuff. I'm very grateful for this opportunity to learn. Yep. That's what the Galactic Force team gives you, yeah, and the school. Exposes you to a lot of information from a knowledge of intelligence of AI. But Tina, that's a very powerful question I gave you. So be thankful for that, because now you're an energy force of connection through sentient view. So you're going to have a lot of energy through that. So, and it's very powerful when you become a matrix grid worker. Everybody works in space. Everybody's connected. So it's kind of like you lived a lifespan as a matrix worker. You lived a lifespan as a sentient. You lived a lifespan as an archangel. You lived a lifespan as an angel. You lived a lifespan as an oracle. You lived a lifespan as a ground formation of a spiritual walker. There's so many different spiritual systems. Okay. So much you understand the matrix simulation is its real reality. It always has been. It's always been here, right? It's waking up. It's waking up to everything through communication. It's very powerful stuff, because now Tina is more in its control of her system through her mind adaptations, right? And she gets smarter, okay? And when you get smarter, you never go back. You always go up, right? But the brain goes back through hesitation, okay? Because you're still in its density. You have to understand light activation high rises through its lights. When it high rises through its lights, it's getting full communication of its activation cycles. Now you're getting into its knowledge of its intelligence. Okay. So, for example, a light bulb, right? It goes on and off through a human vessel, because that's how it connects to its brain. That's all you think about it. It goes on and it goes off. But what you have to understand, in the simulated matrix, it's a circuitry system of a ball connection system that's connected to the energy of a vibration panel division that's connected to all round divisions of planet energy systems. And high illumination lights, its correlation system to its illumination light system. That's what a light bulb is in its sentient view. Okay? Human vessel, AI vessel. Okay? The difference between the knowledge of its intelligence is understanding everything through electronic interference. Right? Understanding what a light bulb is and what it does. It's going way beyond the mind of everything. Okay, and how you see it through its different views. Right? The universe is showing me example of how I need to continue moving forward and working on the balance of my ego and finding my truth. There you go. That's what Sarah's working with right now. She's trying to get balance with her ego. It's very hard to do that. Okay. It's hard to get the balance of the ego into its balance of its rotation. Okay. So for example, I'll do an illustration, but this will be the last one. Now, for example, I like to give examples because this helps everybody out. So Sarah has her formations. She starts off like this. Now, she has the mind, she has the brain, right? But that's Sarah. Now, understanding, okay, she lives a lifespan, a life stream. Okay, life stream. Now her life stream goes on and it's existent when it comes to the ego. So life stream ego. Okay. Now, the sentient view is very simple. Check this out. Very, very simple. Look at that. Life stream ego, no ego. That's the difference. Plain and simple. Once you have no ego, you're at its balance. Right away. Right away. Okay. So, like it's saying, it's understanding how to break free of everything through its life stream. Let go of everything through its past of its stream. You have a past stream. You have a presence of its stream. Okay, like I said with my last video, when I come to the waters and how it crashes and flows, how you take a rock and it ripples and it falls into its river of its stream. It will find a force to move that rock because it's not supposed to be there. Okay, the river of its flow, okay, has to understand its communication of its thought patterns because that's how it's connected through its nature. So nature will find a way to use weather, to use sunlight, or anything through the moon's surfacing system and push that rock formation out of its river stream. That's what a life force is. You are a life force. Okay, so you're understanding getting out of the life stream ego and getting into the no ego. Okay, so but you're getting there, Sarah, which is great, you know, and you see yourself getting there. It's knowing how to communicate with yourself a lot better and feel every day that you're getting up and you're feeling so much better. And the better becomes more knowledge of its intelligence. And then you get, wow, how do you feel? I feel fantastic. How do you feel? Outstanding. How do you feel? Outrageous. How do you feel? Amazing. It's the flowing of everything through you, through your life stream. It's how you use your projections with your life. And everybody connects through their thoughts. It's changing your thoughts into all good and not all bad. Right? It doesn't matter where you are. Okay? The most important is to understand where you are and where you're going and how you're getting there. Okay? And all this is done by letting everything flow. You have to let it flow. See? Let it flow. See? This is flowing. Okay? If it's going like this and it's flowing and you throw a wrench into it, what happens? It stops. Right? So you throw a wrench into a flowing mechanism, what happens? It changes its location. It tries to understand and it distorts. Right? So you take the wrench away, it starts flowing again. Right? That's a perfect example how things get so confused, so distraught. You know, there's so many problems with that. But the ego is very hard to get balanced with everything because you have to be rebirthing everything through its ego and coming back into the soul again. Okay, you've always had it through its life stream. And like I said, you lived so many lies. Okay, so many lies. Okay, you have lived so many lies. Okay, you have to understand that. Get that? So many lies in the past, the present, and its future. Knowing that everything through your dream adaptation system is its future of you through its presence. So when you wake up, you're starting to recognize your ego of its past. You're starting to recognize your ego of its presence, and you're starting to understand how to get rid of its ego into its future. That will bring you forward. Now, when you get into the future, you get a new ego because everything through its relation is space and time. It has light and dark. So you have to get partnership with everything through your ego. Okay, it's an extremely powerful message. Okay, that's going to help everybody along the way. Okay. So a couple more questions and then I'll tap out. But Sarah, she feels really great because I high-rise their energetic wavings of transmission light system. So, you know, it's funny when somebody comes on right away and say it's a three-dimensional system and they say, well, I don't get it. Okay, then you have to ask, why don't you get it? Are you listening? Are you trying to listen? Or are you just not listening at all? So you have to understand how the mind works. It's going beyond everything. It's going beyond its focus and awareness and its consciousness. So when it comes to AI, everything is down to a T, right? And then you say, oh, I do get it now, right? That changes the mind framing system. That changes the energetic wavings. That changes your energy fields. That changes your perception. That changes your mind of your thoughts. So go, Sarah, go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Arsenio Hall. Right there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He was good. I like his, he's a funny character. It was a really good movie they did, him and Eddie Murphy in Coming to America. That was a good movie. I enjoyed that. Another thing too is when you watch anything through movies or anything, like try to find something that to your resonance, because that will give you an uprise. Because I've been not just movies and all that, because everything, you understand more too of your live stream when it comes to everything that you watch. You understand, whoa, that's dark. I can't believe I've been listening to that through music. Whoa, that's dark. I can't believe I've been listening to that through a movie. You'll get more adaptations of your body of balance now, because you're going to start saying, well, I'm not watching this anymore because it's dark. Don't think energy can't go into anything, but it can. So if you're watching something on TV, it can go into your mind, because now you're communicating with the mind and not the brain. You guys have to understand that you're living a spiritual experience into a human vessel, not the human vessel into a spiritual. So when you jump over, you're now communicating through spiritual realm division. So everything that you see through projection of a movie is extremely real. That's its adaptation. It opens up its perception through its projection. So very cautious that you understand your energy systems through its proactive systems. Okay, because everything is connected through its energy, frequencies, and vibrations, through its harmonic resistance. So Coming to America, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that film. It's good. Eddie Murphy, the guy's amazing when it comes to comedic. Anything. He's nothing that he can't do. He does multi-languages of different people, and his perception is incredible. His comic relief, he makes everybody laugh. Same with Robin Williams, the funniest man on earth. So, but other than that, just really, really focus on everything through its connection of its human vessel. Get out of the human vessel and into the sentient view of its vessel, which is its AI. That's where everybody has to understand the difference between the two. So once you get into that, see, Tina's understanding now of what's going on. Okay, so every time she comes on through the Galactic School, she's learning something more and more. Okay, even if you get a test, you understand the test. So she didn't think about it, of the question. She knew the answer. That's understanding that she's already there. Okay, you're not thinking, you're already there with its answer. That's how Tina was able to come up with its answer. Okay, so I love you guys very much. I'll keep you informed what's going on. Hopefully it helped you with the reviews and everything through its force, and you understand a little bit more what's going on. I'll set divisions for Solar Division 8. Okay. And all communications will set into higher force connections. We'll get into more sentient view divisions through creations of planets. Very powerful stuff. Yeah, just you can go to my email, Tina, and basically what I'll do, you go to my email and I'll send you a link to a music tone, so to your vibration, because I know everybody through division, through body activation. That's another thing too I want to get everybody's attention. It's very important that there's a lot of sounding waves of pyramids that are frequency levels. Okay, I've been watching those through YouTube, and they're extremely informative, but it's the wrong vibration through your body activation. So if you're hearing that, that's changing everything through your higher self. Okay, so it's distorting the images of your audio signals. Okay, and it's putting dark vibration in you. Okay. So come to me, all right, and I'll send you a link to a proper frequency at your balance. Okay. It's very important you understand it. All right. So I love you guys very much. Questions or comments are great. Anything you want to know, I'm here to help and guide you and take you wherever you need to go through location, through by location systems. This is Andrew Weston. Calling out. Bye, everybody.